Fair use, fair use. This is for research, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, criticism, comment. Fair use, fair use.
Beautification. We have the most beautiful, potentially capital in the world. We always had. But people come from Iowa, they come from Indiana, they come and then they get mugged. Not going to happen. Keep coming, because by the time you get your trip set, it's going to be safe again, and it's going to be clean very quickly. We're going to replace from Iowa, they come from Indiana, they come and then they get mugged. Not going to happen. Keep coming, because by the time you get your trip set, it's going to be safe again, and it's going to be clean very quickly. We're going to replace the medians that are falling down all over the roads. We're going to replace the potholes. We're going to put a nice new coat of asphalt over the top. No, we don't have to rip the road out and spend
Now, just want to bring this out real quick, because this is what it's all boiling down to. First of all, we're going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rekakadash. Yahweh been the name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shai been the name of His only begotten Son, who they ignorantly called Jesus Christ. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Now, let's start off with 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. It says, brethren, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord shall come as a thief in the night. For when they say peace and safety, sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Okay, and this is what it's all boiling down to, because you got them saying peace and safety because of a specific reason. Now, when you go into Matthew, it clearly gives you that reason, Salakia. Matthew 24, it says, talking about the end in verse 3, his disciples asked him, when shall the end of the world be? Okay. Verse 12, it says, because iniquity shall abound, meaning it shall be abundant, and the love of many shall wax cold. So it's not going to be no love in these streets. You see, it's going to be ultimate chaos in the streets. This is when it all going to hit the fan. Now, when you go into, let's see here, Salakia. Going to 2nd Esdras, it tells you when everything gonna hit the fan. 6 and 22. It says, and suddenly, because this is what it said, and sudden destruction shall come upon them, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. So suddenly, this is gonna happen. Okay, so it's gonna be chaos in the streets, and suddenly all heck is gonna break loose. But here it is, verse 23. It says, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which every man shall hear it, they shall be suddenly afraid. So when they become suddenly afraid, they're gonna do something. Verse 24 says, but at that time friends shall fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those things that therein. The springs of fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Now, in 1 Thessalonians 5:3, it say they shall not escape when this sudden destruction come upon them. 25, it said, whosoever remaineth from all these things that I have told you shall escape and see my salvation and the end of the world. So, when you get into that trumpet sound, when they sound the trumpet, see, your trumpet is not sounding right now. And the full storehouses not become empty, but it's going to get to that point, and before it get to that point, or when it get to that point, this is when they going to call for a takeover. Let's get 15 and 16. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Okay, they're going to be going against the law. That's why Trump talk about the military and how the police is reacting to all of the crime and everything. Okay, and so to combat that, what is he doing? He's causing martial law. He's calling the National Guard and all the police services to attack the problem. Verse 17, it said, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. So they're gonna lock down these cities. This is why he's saying DC is just a training ground. DC is just the starting ground of what they're trying to do. And so these storehouses is going to become empty because the people is going to start rebelling against this. When he try to take this thing nationwide, they going to not regard their kings and their princes. And then the storehouses is going to become empty because they running in these stores. Just like in DC, when he said he was going to shut it down, what did they do? They went into running into the stores and raiding the stores. I think they said the 30-something stores they went to raiding. So they gonna try to attack this problem of and scream safety. See, safety is gonna cause all of the I would say the drama to unfold. First of all, safety, because there's so much crime and a lack of love and iniquity going on in the cities. Then once he try to do something about it and say, oh, safety, we need to bring safety to these cities, now they're going to rebel even more. Just like Yahweh say, I punished you, but you rebelled even more. So they're going to try to lock the cities down, and they're going to rebel, and the ultimate lockdown is going to be Revelation 13. Salakia. Revelation 13 is going to be the ultimate lockdown. 13 and 16, it says, and he shall cause both small and great, rich or poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand and in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell save he had the mark or the name of the beast or the name of his name. So you're going to have to get this tracking situation, and because the crime is so high and they gonna want to track everybody. See, he gonna want to lock these cities down, put a tracker on people's, you see, and in the name of peace and safety. Okay, and this is where we get into. You can clearly see it. He gonna try to lock these cities down. Let's get Revelations 6 to say the same thing. It says, talking about the red horse, which is the nation of Edom, the so-called white man. Then in verse 5, it goes into how he's going to try to put a yoke on the people. It says, and when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand, had a yoke. See, this man gonna try to put a yoke on the people. And then verse 8 talks about a pale horse. It says, and I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and the name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the four parts of the earth. Now that fourth part of the earth is talking about Babylon the Great, America. They're going to try to lock this place down, okay, and put a yoke on the people. A slave device, that rice device, that grain of rice, that sea hip, that potato chip. See, they're going to try to put this on the people. And try to put a yoke on them. It says to kill with the sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. So he gonna have penalties for if you don't want to participate in how he's locking these cities down, and how he's trying to bring peace and safety to the world, or to Babylon the Great. We're going to have penalties. We're going to see the alligator Alcatraz. We're going to see to Guantanamo Bay. We're going to send you to El Salvador, the one in these prisons. See, we're going to put you in a FEMA camp. You're going to start locking folks up. We're going to start giving, what you call it, the what's the name department, the Defense Department, permission to use some guillotine and start having public execution. We going all out for this peace and safety, because we want people from Iowa to come down and visit and have a vacation and feel safe when they going around the city. So it's all going. His excuse is gonna be he bringing safety, but he's gonna be bringing a sword like he was doing in to the Native American. Let's get that real quick. I just want to bring that out. I'm going to end it right there. This is Psalms 20. Psalms 50. 2, is it? Psalm 55. Okay. It said he have put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He has broken his covenant. Okay, his words are smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn sword. So he gonna come talking about peace, peace, peace. See, and he gonna break that covenant and bring out the sword. He gonna be yelling peace, peace with soft words, with smooth words, talking about he bringing peace and safety, but he really bringing the sword. He's using that strategy to bring the sword. So this is how the situation is going to play out here in Babylon. See, they're going to try to shut the system down, and in the name of safety, peace and safety. This is what it was talking about in 1 Thessalonians. We want peace and safety, so now he going to try to put a yoke on the Israelites, and now the Lord going to have to come in and destroy they behind. That was in 2nd Esdras. Let's get that real quick. 2nd Esdras 16. it says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you, and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idol. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and reproach, and trodden under the foot. For there shall be in every place in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord." So once they come with that great insurrection and try to put a yoke on those that fear the Lord, which is not going to consent unto them, this is when the Lord is going to crack that sky and start kicking behind. That goes on Isaiah 59 and 19. They're going to come in like a flood, and the Lord is going to start this sudden destruction on their behind. But I'm going to leave it there. All praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Kakadash. Double honor to the elders pushing the truth. Peace to the elect worldwide, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, descendants of slaves scattered around the globe on slave ships and through many captivities. Our kingdom is at hand. Shalom.